Hey everybody, welcome to the GMG review. Today we're taking a look at the Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team starter set. Skirmish combat in the 41st millennium. Now this was kindly sent as a complimentary review copy by Games Workshop and is $130 Canadian. I think that's for about $100 US, 70 pounds, 65 pounds. Obviously, I'm in Canada, so the Canadian prices are the ones I'm most well aware of, and is designed to be a build, paint, play, or just build, play. Easy to build introduction to the Kill Team game set in the Warhammer 40,000 universe, and is a game in a box. If we are looking at my elements of what makes a great starter set, does this pass the Christmas morning test? I would say yes, it does. And it includes some interesting different elements Games Workshop doesn't typically do, like pre-colored MDF terrain, and a rehashing of their initially released in Japan Space Marine Heroes line for the Nurgle and the Astartes kill teams that come in this box. What else do you get in here? You're going to get a 64-page handbook. It is not actually the core rule book. It is a temporally ordered, is this your first ever war game? I guess like read this first book. 2 reference sheets for each of the 2 kill teams, which gives you the rules for the models that come in the box. Although they are abridged and different from the card decks that you can currently put up and buy for pre-order for the Astartes and the Plague Marine kill teams. A card token sheet, same as the one that comes in Hivestorm, 10 6-sided dice, a game board, and ready-to-use terrain. And of course, Angels of Death and the Plague Marines are in here, both 7 miniatures. So not the complete range of either of these things. Now, let's have a look at these actual contents. So the Angels of Death kill team and Plague Marine kill team pamphlets are very handy in that they have a quick reference sheet that goes on the back here. Additional wound markers are available actually on the inserted poster. You can clip these art to use as wound markers. We have the same cardboard. It's funny they've fallen apart in here, but these are the exact same cardboard counter sheets as we had in the 2-player starters, or the 2-player box for Hivestorm. And then we have our actual frames. Now these are all in colored plastic. So I assembled some and then left some apart so you can see them individually. But this is basically the contents of the box. And here we have our board. Now, the board itself is nice in that it's a different style from the Hivestorm one. It actually comes in 2 different colors. But I think the most impressive thing is this, which is the MDF fully colored terrain that comes in here. They've done, it looks like, obviously it's photography from these same ruins that I think, what was the name of them? It was like the Crashed Lunar Base or Colony World. These were available actually, I think the images for these are plastic terrain features that they photograph from various angles and then put these like ruin kits together for. But they're painted, photographed, or maybe they're digitally painted, although they look like actual photographs, and then stenciled on here. And they've done a really good job of matching like the palette of the laser cut edges in the MDF to the shadowing around the edge of the terrain. So it really pops on camera. And when you watch our little walkthrough where Jay and I teach Les how to play Kill Team, which will be up also today, you're going to be able to kind of get a feeling for what this stuff looks like on the table, which is really nice. Our 10 dice, and then our 2 kill teams are in colored plastic, a lot like the Warhammer Underworlds miniatures, so that you can just push fit these guys together and start playing. So we have here the fighter, one of the regular Plague Marine warriors, and the champion with his plague sword and his pistol. And then on the opposite side, we've got the intercessor warrior with his assault bolter or auto bolt gun, assault intercessor with chainsword and heavy bolt pistol, the captain, and then the heavy bolter marine. These are identical frames to the ones that come in the original Space Marine Heroes packaging. So you can see here's our sniper, here's our other warrior with the grenades and the bionic arm, and here's our sergeant who has a bolt gun and he's like reloading. And then the Plague Marine warriors are also going to come with a little chem thrower, or plague spear I think it's called, the icon bearer, this little like pseudo sorcerer, plague priest, and then another warrior grenadier throwing a little potato masher grenade there. And that's, as far as like the model components go, that's the box set. We get all this ready to go terrain out of the box. We get colored miniatures. And I think the important thing about that is when it comes to what I call the Christmas morning test of how quickly does it take you to go from I open this as a gift to I'm having fun, this really does pass the test really quickly, because all you're really doing is sliding the terrain together, unfolding the board. And this book right here is designed to allow you to do that as quickly as possible. So when I say it's temporally laid out, what I mean is if you'd never encountered miniature wargaming before, this is designed to be a box for you. So when you open the book, the first thing is actually a description of what you're getting into, and then how do you put this stuff together? So right to build. So the universe stuff, then how to build. And I think for this box in particular, that's a really clever piece of product design, because this assumption, I think, is that this is priced appropriately and scaled model count appropriately for someone who's willing to give this a go. It's not Warhammer 40,000 where there's like this massive amount of stuff. This matches what they're going to see on TV shows like the Amazon Prime Secret Level. And it looks like that visually on the tabletop. So if you were thinking for like a gift idea for someone who is, played Space Marine 2 and is tangentially, interested in Warhammer 40,000 or read the novels, this has kind of been designed for that person to make this seem less daunting. And the rulebook's laid out that way, where it goes completely through building the first kill team, which is the Marines, then into the Plague Marine kill team, numbered assembly guides, some background on the two factions to understand who you're looking at here, and then right into understanding what a model is. So what are the kill teams? What are the operatives? Anatomy of a stat line, and then 1 minute to midnight, because it goes through everything else you need to play, like what you should pop off the frame of tokens first. And here's lay out a board, put down some guys, and it's a solo introductory mission. So what that means is it tells you where to move and what to roll for the bad guys, right? Attack rolls and defense rolls, to explain how a turn works. And you just move stuff around and follow these steps to kind of watch a game happens. The idea here is the book is effectively giving you a demo game and walking you through how to play. So by the time you finish these tutorials, first you've done shooting, right? Now you've done suppressing fire. So this is going to allow you to do additional actions, how to make an attack. So select a weapon, select a valid target, roll your attack dice, roll your defend dice, resolve them, and resolve the attack for damage. We go to movement. How do you hold objectives? How do you have control range? Move, move, move. Now guys can move around the table. And each of these little scenarios is just put down your guys, move them around, and the game book is going to describe to you, like a demo, how do you resolve these individual actions. So by the time you get to the end of the play section, we have an actual mission. So the final mission, Eternal Struggle, is use your kill teams, deploy them, use these stat lines in this book. So it's all pre-selected for you. Don't worry about equipment or any of the stuff that's like in the advanced game later on. But you can now play through with everything that's in this box all put together and try the game out in full. They give you some alternating setups. So if you want to play additional games out of this same box before you get the full rule book, or the quick start rules are available for free online, then you've just got more ways of basically playing. And between this and the app and the quick start rules that are in the app, you've learned the basics from this. You go download and look at the quick start rules that are in the app, and I believe available on the website as well. And then you start playing ops and stuff as well with your primary ops, your critical ops. And then additional rules, like they teach you the weapon rules and the sort of like big additional rules for your army. So what the keywords say, like discussing resilience now described in here. How shock assault works is described in here. How bolter discipline works is described in here. But they don't confuse you by putting those rules on, right? They just describe them. And then, or they're not in the, and don't have them in the demo game. And then the additional keywords like heavy, devastating, and brutal now get described as well. And you can see they're laid out here. And then finally, what comes next? So get the core book, go check out your data cards, right, online for free. Paint the models, your paintbrush, some basics on painting, the approved ops card pack, the equipment upgrade pack, and then just look at some additional kill teams. And that's it. So is this for everybody? No. If you're a existing kill team player, you'd be buying this for the miniatures, you know what I mean? And for the price of what the Space Marine Heroes boxes used to be, it's actually not a bad deal for the models themselves. I'm pretty sure that the starter handbook isn't going to be something that you get a ton of use out of. But the quick reference sheets in the back here are actually pretty handy for just seeing like the basic actions of like reposition, dash, fall back, charge, shoot, and fight. And the miniatures themselves, you're getting 14 previously limited edition miniatures that went for a lot more on eBay, and a set of tokens. You get an alternate mat too, which is nice. And I think I mentioned this earlier, but I didn't actually show you guys. It comes in an additional color too. So if you started playing with Hivestorm, you're going to get this more sandy colored gaming mat as well. And the terrain you may or may not use, I'll be honest, it's not as exciting a set of terrain for someone who's already played Kill Team with, like, for instance, the Volkus terrain or even like the previous edition's terrain setups, but they're completely functional. And if you're having a game night, you have an extra board, really this is just like you can have two friends over, both sit at the dining room table and play 2 games of Kill Team at the same time. So it's going to get you an extra board, some extra terrain, and 2 entire Kill Teams for the miniatures, along with the tokens and stuff to go with them. And the cards obviously are in the app, and that little QR code will take you to the data cards that you need to play the full might of the Astartes and Plague Marine Kill Teams. So what do I think? I think for the price point, it's really good. I think it's the design intent is what's important here. So I think if you judge it from the point of view of, well, I'm an existing Kill Team player, why would I buy this 2-player starter set? Well, it's not meant for you. If you want to buy it to get the teams out of it, great. But like, these are Space Marine and Plague Marine Kill Teams. You can convert everything in this box out of the plastic box sets that are available for those 2 armies. It'll end up costing you more because obviously getting a heavy intercessor, an eliminator, a Space Marine captain, and then a box of regular intercessors and assault intercessors is going to cost you more. But there's options even in the Angels of Death Kill Team that aren't in here, right? Like, the primary big ones are there, but you want like a sergeant with the additional loadout boxes anyway, like a Thunderhammer, a Power Fist, Power Sword. And then just having the extra like gun options, like an auxiliary grenade launcher and stuff for the intercessors is probably something you might want to be able to swap in and out too, especially the auxiliary grenade launcher. Now, is this great for someone who's never played a Warhammer game before? Yes. And I say this for 2 reasons. The first reason is Kill Team is just a way less daunting way to get into tabletop war games. It doesn't take up your whole space in your apartment or on your table. It doesn't take you like weeks and months potentially to build an army to play a game with. And everything in here is self-explanatory. It does what it says it's meant to do. And you have this document to hold your hand through effectively the process of learning to play. Is it as good as playing with someone who already knows how to play? Of course it isn't. Having a mentor is always going to be better. Someone answer your questions. Is this doing the best it can to, in a vacuum, teach you what Kill Team is? I think it does. And honestly, the price point is relatively reasonable for what you're getting. I think $100 US, 130 Canadian for what comes in here is perfectly fine. And I don't often say that about a Games Workshop products, if I'm being completely honest. Hivestorm and this box are 2 of the best starter sets they've done. Hivestorm is like an Ultimate Edition starter set. This is you want your friends to try Kill Team, or you want your friend who's never played Warhammer before to try Warhammer. It's just a great gift idea. And in fact, I would say that this goes in my list of great starter sets from 2024. So that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this look at the Kill Team starter set. You can see us run through one of the missions with Les also up today. And apart from that, I think that's my review. So big thanks for Workshop sending this along, and you guys for watching. Till next time, I'm Ash. Have a good night.